What's up, people? Yeah, we're live. We're back at it. And the reason I'm able to play guitar live without any audio problems, without any audio distortions, pops, glitches, phrasing issues, phasing issues, all this bullshit. What's up, Heavy Mellow? Welcome. Is because I spent like 2 months trying to figure this out with OBS. Okay? OBS can be difficult. YouTube tells you that the recommended bit rate for OBS is 6,000 kbps. Bro, I have to use more than twice that to avoid audio problems and be able to mic guitar cabs up live. You see that? Real mics, real amplifiers. I'm not using plugins, right? Only plugin I'll use will be like a compressor or a reverb when it goes into the computer. The rest of it is real tone. Yeah, please join the giveaway. Heavy Metal 84, Heavy Mellow. It's easy to join. You can see this amp being made right now on the ATEC 9020 channel. Just search him up, ATEC 9020. You'll be able to find him. And yeah, this amp is going to be a badass amp. So back to what I was saying. YouTube tells you to use 6,000 kilobytes per second for OBS streaming, and that ain't cutting it from where I'm sitting. Now your system might work differently. I'm running it at 15,000 right now. I tried it at 10 to try to rule it out, be like, okay, well, if they say 6,000 is enough, let's try 10. Still getting the glitches, still getting the pops. I had to raise it on up to 15. And now, as you can hear, the audio is awesome. Is the audio a tad bit better in recording versus live streaming? It still will be. It still will be. But, hey, I have the ability to do real unboxings now, which is something I would have to do in the can, recorded, and then upload it, or I would have to just tell you to trust me, it sounds good in the room, I know you're hearing a bunch of hogwash, but just trust me, and that's not good enough for my standards. I want to be able to communicate directly with you guys and show you what I'm hearing and feeling and experiencing. So let's just play for 20 seconds and then we're going to talk about the Taylor Tone Show that I went to yesterday. The Taylor Tone Show and what that's all about. I don't know, do we got any acoustic guitar fans in the house? Acoustic guitar, really not my thing, but hey, let's talk about it. So the Taylor Tone Show. I do have a photo to share with you of the Taylor Tone Show. Let's see how. So the Taylor Tone Show, what it is the Taylor rep comes out to the guitar shops that have sold Taylor guitars and repaired Taylor guitars for a long time, and shows a group of people what Taylor's got going on this year. So it's like, here's our update, here's what we're doing new, here's how this stuff works, here's a demonstration of all the different guitars that we're offering. Kind of cool. So let's see. So the first photo I'll show you is the room of the guitar show, or the tone show. So this was an invite-only gathering. There are probably 20 people in the room. All right, let me get this working for you. Yep. So this is the room that we were in. And it was intimate, right? It was just maybe 20 people in there. And okay, so next photo will be of a prize that was won. So they do have kind of door prize type situation. Pretty cool. Here was the grand prize of the evening, which was this Taylor bag. This leather bag was won by my friend and guitar repairman luthier, Jack Lee Guitars. He got the Taylor leather bag, people. Can we give him a round of applause? Yeah! And so this kind of sparked my interest because there was a giveaway going on, right? So everybody in the house got a goodie bag. So we got a goodie bag, and the owner of the shop passed around a plastic box of pieces of paper, all the same, that had they were folded and had written inside what you win. So everybody out of the 20 or so of us grabbed a piece, and then when we were all done, the guitar shop owner said, "Okay, 1, 2, 3," and we opened them up, and the two big prizes were a Taylor bar stool, right, and that leather bag. Taylor bar stool, valued at maybe $150. The leather bag maybe valued at $250. And surprisingly enough, the guy to my right, Jack Lee, won the Taylor bag. And afterwards, I said, "Hey, I know you're friends with the shop owner. Was there any sort of insider deal on this?" And of course, I was just joking because, hey, they were all same size pieces of paper, passed from person to person. Everybody took one, opened it up. There was no way that there could be cheating. And the shop owner discussed that while he was telling people how it was going to work. So no, it was just a coincidence that they know each other and go back, and that was cool. And now when he goes out and about, he can have that Taylor bag, and then maybe people will notice it and say, "Oh, you play guitar," and he'll, I can repair your guitars, So that's cool. Okay, so the tone show, what I learned. Well, so the things that affect acoustic guitar are the body shape, the bracing inside, and the woods involved, among other things. But the body shape affects the sound, the type of bracing and the pressure of the bracing affects the sound, whether it allows the guitar to vibrate a lot or whether it's very tight. That is an element. And the type of wood also. Do I want to buy a Taylor guitar right now? Not especially. Do I respect the company? I do, because one thing that they've done over the past 25 years is they've made their stuff really easy to repair. And after a couple decades, maybe 2-3 decades, acoustic guitars usually need neck resets. They usually need bridges, new bridges, because they get sunken. Different shit happens. So they make it really easy to pop the necks off. I've had a handful of Yamaha acoustic guitars from the 80s that I like a lot. And I think they're one of the best deals on the market. The problem is they use epoxy to glue the neck to the body. So when it comes time to repair them 30, 40 years later, you can't really get that neck off the body. Yeah. Okay, so first things first, from the goodie bag. They gave us wood and steel, 2025 and 2026. And these are their promotional magazines of their yearly offerings. Pretty cool. The magazines look great. Great photography. They gave us a goodie bag with pick holder, coaster, polishing cloth, stickers, different shit. Nice. Thank you. And then you heard that Jack Lee won the Taylor bag. I won some Carnauba wax polish. Right on. That's cool. And that is the store owner's own brand. He's got his own store brand, and he's developed the formula for his store brand. That owner, by the way, will be in this giveaway that you see over here. Yeah, along with some other people from yesterday. So I know I've probably lost most of the audience because we're electric guitar players, but check it out, guys. Taylor. I know if you were paying attention around 2000, this logo that you're seeing right here does not look like it used to. And to me, this new logo that they have on some very expensive guitars doesn't look like a very expensive guitar. Okay? And I am not a guitar maker. I'm not an expert on what makes acoustic guitars awesome and so on and so forth. But I do have an eye for branding. And I do know what guitar players expect to see and associate with quality. And I don't know if there's a lot of examples I can show you in the magazine right here, right now, but they're really getting risky by doing different formulation on just their basic headstock looks. I don't know if that's clear, guys. I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to say is we know Taylor guitars and they look a certain way, and this really isn't it. And I just want to speak upon the value of when you have a brand and people know your brand for a certain look and a combination of elements. Be careful about totally revamping that into something different that people don't really know. And that's what I'm seeing a lot from Taylor. I think they're going to have some trouble selling some of the stuff from the past couple of years where they've taken a different direction. Now, are these guitars where they took a new direction, are they better, are they worse than before? I don't know. But what I do know is what people expect from Taylor on how they look and has massively changed, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous for any big brand. They claim to be the number one acoustic guitar seller in the United States. That's a pretty big claim. But yes, that claim was made yesterday. I know that they're Martin, Gibson, Taylor, those are the top three. I was not aware that Taylor was number one. Another thing that's changed recently is Taylor is no longer, out of those three, they're no longer number three on price. Used to be they would come out just a little bit below Gibson and Martin. Now they're the same, and they don't look like they used to either. So hypothetically, let me tell you what could have happened. The people that buy Gibsons and Martins decided to buy Taylor more so over the past decade, because they know that when your Taylor needs adjustment, when it needs a neck reset, when it needs sunken bridge treatment, so on and so forth, it'll get done for free, and it'll be easy for the repairman to do, and it will be better than new. That could have happened, and hats off to Taylor if it happened. That's really good. But I'm not sure if Taylor was coming up with their own stats. I don't know. I would assume that Gibson and Martin sell more acoustic guitars than Taylor, but hey, maybe Taylor is number one. So yes, the Taylor Tone Show. Very cool. The presenter yesterday was an American guy, so, you know, I didn't need a translator, and he was also a SoCal guy, and we got to talk about stuff in common, and it was cool. So yeah, it was good. Now, all the guitars that were shown yesterday were between like $2,700 and $5,500. And I bought a guitar, an acoustic guitar, earlier this year that I think is good enough for me. And I didn't have to spend much money on it. It is not a Taylor. It is not a Gibson. It's not a Martin. I'm happy with it. Let's see. So that is the story of the Taylor Tone Show. All right, Heavy Mellow, you got to join today, man. Heavy is a fan of the ATEC 9020 channel. Heavy, enter today. You will not be disappointed. And again, here is that amp, people. That is the the D7. That is the amp that's being given away. The D7. And it is in baby blue. We got Devil in a Blue Dress, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, this is a high gainer. This is going to come in a little higher gain than a JCM 800. And it is a Devil in a Blue Dress. Get ready. Okay, let's see what other photos. Oh yeah, you know what? I took those Marshall G12C greenbacks out, and that's the speaker that I have in that Bogner Cube back there. And I didn't really like him in the 412, but I love it in the Bogner Cube because the Bogner Cube is this little fat dude with. This is kind of like the acoustic guitar conversation. Guitar cabs and acoustic guitars are similar. So the damping in the Bogner Cube from the insulation materials inside, it's got all this foam shit, and also from the tightness of the build, which is kind of like bracing of an acoustic guitar. That Bogner Cube can handle the high frequencies of that speaker better than other cabs can. So I put it in there. It sounds good. It sounds normal. I put it in something else. Too much high end. Too much presence. Don't like it. So you got to find this balance of the elements in all of these different facets of our guitar life. Let's see here. Well, I guess we can do a live Screddy shootout type thing. Not really a shootout, but I'll go from, okay, so it's going to be 3 knob lunar module, 5 knob lunar module, followed by Serenity Overdrive. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And maybe I'll give you a 1, 2, 3 with my hand on the screen when I go between them. I will play a Silver Sky. Let's see. This area guitar is badass, man. I recently put on Graph Tech saddles and changed the bridge and put in a better block. I love it. I love it. Okay, you just heard the 3-knob lunar module, the OG. Yeah? Alright, let's go. Let's go to the 5-knob. Now, this ain't a shootout type. I'm just off the cuff here because they're set up differently. I could have them set up to be so close to each other, but I'm not. What I will say, the difference between 3-knob and 5-knob, 5-knob seems a little clearer. 3-knob has some mojo imparted, rolls off some highs. It sounds more like a pedal. 5-knob sounds more like an amp. But the mojo that I'm getting from that 3-knob, I like. It's very distinctive. It sounds good. It sounds more like Gilmore playing the muffs. And by the way, let's see. The amp that we're using is that high watt 50 watt into the 20-25 watt speaker. So, hey, we might go up in flames today. There might be technical difficulties. There might be explosions in the room. You got to stay tuned in, okay? All right, let's get back to the 5-knob. Yep, we're going to the 5-knob now. All right, Lunar Module by Screddy. Yeah, the 5-knob is cool too. Nothing wrong with the 5-knob. I just think I get a little extra mojo, my mijo, from that 3-knob. 3-knob's more like a pedal. And then the Serenity Overdrive. The Serenity Overdrive is like the latest of that evolution of Lunar Module. Let's hear that. Yeah, I think that the Serenity and the 5-knob are very similar devices, and I get a little bit more mojo out of the Serenity, and I like that 3-knob. So those are the two that I'm going to be keeping. let's see. How about I go to share screen and we look at pricing. We look at reverb for a little bit. How about that shit? I don't know who's with me. I got a couple people with me, but I only got Heavy Mellow in the chat. Got anybody else out there? If you want to influence this show, just enter the chat. Alright? And I will interact with you. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to just straight up share my screen. But hey, don't forget to enter the giveaway. It's easy. Just send me a fucking email and you're in. Right? If you can use a 50 watt head, send me an email with like a 5 or 10 second or 1 minute video, whatever you want to do. Just, if I was here in my guitar room, I would take a selfie video. What's up? My name is Grant. I want into the giveaway. I'm gonna rock that amp. That's it, right? Okay. Let's peruse some forums. Okay. Let's see, guys. Here's Rig Talk. Okay. Let's see if there's anything worth looking at on Rig Talk. Oh god, V30 versus EV. I don't know what the EV Force is. I know what an EV12L is. And hell no, I wouldn't want a V30 instead of those. V30s, hey, if you've got the taste of a fucking 13-year-old who just, found out about electric guitar and you want to be Metallica or some shit, yeah, use V30s. That's your tone, buddy. If you want glorious tones, well, you gotta say Grant's Prayer. I don't know if you guys know, but this is a Christian channel, and Grant's Prayer is very simple. You just say, grant us glorious tone. Amen. Give yourself the sign of the cross, and keep it moving. Melt down your JCM 800. What are you using? Alright, so this is like, what boosts are you using on your 800? Or what's your pedal board going into your 800? I can tell you what, I recommend the Echoplex delay from MXR. Very good. Now, going into the front, you're going to have to keep those levels very low, or else it'll be unusable. You have to put it down to like 1. That's okay. It's just set up to be played into an effects loop. So if you're playing it in the front of an amp, you got to keep it on like 1. And that's just the way it is. That's okay. That's a good one to go in front of a Marshall. And you don't need its companion, the preamp. You don't really need that. The Echoplex preamp that they make. Yeah, well, whatever. This is just like what people are using to go in front of Marshalls. Here's a shootout between a 2004 SLO and a new SLO made by Bad. They use different transformers. That could be interesting. Man, I don't really care about most all of this stuff. Oh shit, here we go. Experience the Marshall MX212 AR cab, or just Celestion 7080 speakers in general. Yeah, I'll tell you what is up with this. Okay, so they say 7080 speakers sound like a broken, AIDS-infested rape whistle. Totally agree. Mike Oxhuge, good on you, man. V-Type is much better sounding. Like a V30 with less mid-spike. Yes. V-Type is good. 7080 should be put in the garbage. Yeah, MX is MDF with 7080 speakers, and that's just awful. Man, this dude Mike Oxhuge, he's really hitting it out of the ballpark here. He said, why buy a cab with garbage speakers and then spend more money on replacements when there are plenty of quality loaded cabs with good speakers out there for less money in total investment? He's right on the mark. He's right on the mark with that. Oh, this guy is bullshit. He goes, it's not that the 7080s are so bad. They're actually pretty decent. And amazing once broken in. What the hell? Amazing? Celestion 7080s are amazing once broken in. Are you kidding me? He blames it on the construction of the MX cab. Okay, this is just someone who should not be participating in the conversation. Okay, Mentone Man, here we go. Here we go. I did the same fucking thing. Couldn't agree more about those speakers, meaning Mike Oxhuge, who said the 7080 sucked. I called them pie pans. Pulled one out of a Tech 21 power engine combo and literally threw it straight into the dumpster. That's what I did, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tech 21 amp in the corner behind me. Here, let me get back into OBS. So, back behind this Marshall. So back there beyond the pedals, there's a 212 Tech 21 combo. It's called, it's like their flagship amp. Let's see, I'm just kind of off the cuff right now, sorry guys. I'm just trying to allow you to see something, but I don't know if I really have the ability to. Okay, so back there is a Tech 21 trademark 120. Yay! Can we get a round of applause in the house? Yes, that is a trademark 120. Tech 21 212. So that is a really cool solid state amp. They couldn't make that amp today. Not a chance. It weighs probably 3 times as much as a Boss Katana, right? It has transformers. It's an old school solid state amp. And it's really fucking cool. Where they skimped? Speakers. They used the equivalent in their day, this is like year 2000, of the modern Celestion 7080. And I took those out and put V-types in, night and day. Alright. Back to the forums. Somebody says, I've had a 7080 for sale locally for $20 for like a year. No takers, if that tells you anything. Hey, that wasn't a bad thread. Oh, we got Riley in the house. What's up, dude? So, Riley, if you want to influence this show and get me to do something, just type it in the chat, man. Right now I'm looking at Rig Talk, and, you know, as usual, I'm just not really entertained or have found anything to talk about. So I will give Riley the update. Riley, dude, so yeah, I figured it out, right? So YouTube tells you should have a bit rate of 6,000 kbps to live stream. Well, my audio problems didn't go away until I went up to 15,000 kilobytes per second. And now, let me show you, I'm not only the best looking dude in the village, but check out the tone. This is high watt going into 20 watt greenback. There might be fires in the room. I don't know. But just hang in there. Please call the police. Fires. Okay, Riley, how's my stock price doing right now, man? Come on. The playing might not have been up to par. Well, compared to the other villagers, it was, but the playing might have sucked, alright? But, hey, we live, and we can make it sound right. That's a big step forward. So remember, guys, here's the D7. The devil in a blue dress. Okay, this is blue Tolex. We're going code blue. If you want to enter to join this, you have to email a blue bull. Toshi Blue Staffy. Okay, she's another devil in a blue dress. It's not just the D7. You have to email my pup, my 10-year-old Staffy, Toshi. And she'll shoot you a message back saying that you're in the running. So, again, guys, recap. We went to Taylor. We got the bag. We got the goodies. Taylor showed that they're an acoustic guitar company that you buy it from them 30 years later when it needs repair, they got you. That means a lot, okay? So I salute Taylor. And YouTube, if you're having trouble on YouTube with OBS and you have a good system, increase the bit rate to like 15,000 kilobytes per second. They'll tell you to run at 6,000. You'll think, oh, let me put it on 10, and that'll rule that out as a variable. Well, I was chasing my tail for a couple months. Turns out 10 wasn't good enough. I had to crank it to 15, and here we are. So, hey, with that said, and with the limited interaction in the chat, I will take you out playing on the Silver Sky. You got to join the giveaway. And by the way, if you've joined the giveaway, you're locked in. There's people that say that are like psychologically trying to rule themselves out of this. Well, but if I win, maybe people will be mad at me and they'll think that I cheated, or they'll think that I already have enough amps and that somebody else deserves it more and they won't like me. Okay, I've heard enough of these head games, okay? Let's get back to reality. If you win it and you have a stable of amps that you love and you want to give it to somebody, give it to the most deserving person out there. Nobody's going to think you cheated because we're not going to cheat, okay? I don't know what to tell you guys, but there's more than enough people that have already entered, so if you want to decline, if you win, if you want to decline it, you're free to decline it. All right? Let's hit some music and get out of here. Yo, I think I've forgotten, guys. I need to do an important part of my tone, which is my reverb selection. Okay? Let me throw on the secret tone sauce, and I'll show you how much better it sounds. All right. So like I said, 15,000 kilobytes per second. And also, on the guitar mics, you really need a reverb plugin. And no, this is not cheating. This is me being fully transparent about how to make live sounds work using OBS. Join the giveaway, people. All right, now let's listen to guitar again, and I guarantee you that you will enjoy the sound more this time around. Okay, now's the time that a certain someone from the UK will come in and accuse me of sounding like Pete Thorne or another salesman on YouTube. I'm not trying to sell you nothing, brother. And if you want to have the best tone, talk to me, okay? I can't help with the looks. You know, it just is what it is, but with tone, let's talk. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let's do it again soon. Peace.